Hey, welcome back guys, it's Maverick here today with another episode of Chainsaw Man. So, we left on a little bit of a cliffhanger last episode, but now Denji is probably about to fuck some shit up, right? He's gone into his chainsaw form, into the belly of the beast, and, well, let's see what happens from here, right? I'm still very curious to know, like, what exactly the devil is and why exactly they are afraid of a chainsaw, or maybe afraid of pain, or, well, I guess technically everybody is afraid of pain, but a devil being afraid of pain, question mark? Well, and there has been a lot of like people, a lot of you guys commenting on what the devils are, the concepts and whatnot, and I do think like there are a lot of interesting arguments being put forth and discussions being brought forth as well, right? But in any case, I mean, this is much more, especially for me anyways, the way that I like to do my videos is to delve a little bit more into it and, express my own opinions and thoughts on the subject. So I will still continue to share it, and of course you guys are all welcome to share it in the comments as well. Now, granted, I still think that, and to me anyways, concepts are more frightening than any actual thing that you can know about, but we'll get into that a little bit later. For now, okay, I will accept that this is the Eternity Devil, and yeah, like I said, we'll just see how Denji handles the situation from here. So let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, are we now getting into the opening? This seems like the... Oof. Okay. This has definitely been the most grotesque of all the scenes so far. Oh. Now opening? Alright. Interesting point to put the opening, I guess. But... No, but seriously, like, nothing about that devil speaks eternity to me. I'm still... eh. By the way, a lot of people, I've seen some discussions, like, on social media and whatnot, talking about how, really, Chainsaw Man has a very slow start. I think it's relatively okay. Again, coming in as someone who has no knowledge of Chainsaw Man at all, who has not read a single page of the manga, I think it's okay. I mean, the characters have been introduced rather quickly. The world concept and world building, however, is indeed taking some time. Oh, you know what? I just realized that Hayakawa, was summoning his fox devil at the very end there. Oh, Somebody's about to get torn apart. Would eating that be... Oh, it works? I guess just dig in, eh? Yep. Makes sense. I mean, again, going back to the last episode, I feel like the team they have here definitely has quite a few screws loose, right? They're all interesting characters, let's just put it that way. And I'm not just talking about Denji and Power. I mean, wouldn't that be a good thing? Question mark. If anything else, it might mean that. Well, actually, no. I think devils will appear regardless of if the gun devil is being put down. Then again, he has vowed never to smoke a cigarette again, right? So. Oh, she has. She has really fallen for him, eh? Yeah, I was like, isn't this just an infinite loop? Well, eternity, guys! How long have they been here? Days, eh? Okay, so the devil just wants to be let out of its misery. What? I'm sorry. This devil makes zero sense. But okay, okay. They're like, what the hell did we sign up to? So why are devils targeting Denji? Have they touched on that issue yet? No, where? Hmm? She really. I don't know, she looks more like a, I don't know, college student. Kiss in the tempura? What? Oh, this girl. Wait, I thought Makima was coming. He's like, I don't care. I mean, in Denji's case. Oh? Then he say not to. Yeah, isn't that the same as... Oh wait, it's the same Fox Devil? Yeah, her outfit is cute. 8 sisters? No. Yeah, again, I thought Makima was coming. No, there she is. Nope. Really? Nope. Sure. 'How's this going to end? Oh, are we actually gonna get some backstory here? Although I don't think this is exactly the correct place to reveal anything. Alright. I don't... Hayakawa doesn't really strike me as someone who can drink very much, to be honest. Damn, that is a lot of beers. $100 is about average. 100 to 120. Oh. Oh! Yeah, for your first kiss. You know, in all honesty, like, you know, on a, huh, okay, yeah, yeah. And on a personal level, like, I've never really understood too much about how people like to, you know, make out after going to clubs or, you know, after night drinking and whatnot. And I guess the idea is that you're too drunk to really care about anything, right? But personally, like, I really hate the I really hate the smell of alcohol when kissing someone. Well, I mean, that should be obvious. She's the boss here. Oh, oh. Yeah, I was about like before the entire barking thing. I was about to comment like, you know, even though that definitely strikes me as someone who doesn't just end with a tonguing here. Like this side up and up. Oh yeah, because that was beer, right? I don't think. Yeah, that was beer that she fed him. That was a pretty lame pun. Uchi also means cow, so. And of course, they had to stop right there. You know, I honestly don't know. Are they actually gonna do it? Is Denji going to lose his virginity here? The okay, I'm just looking at the lyrics right now. It's actually kind of provocative as well, actually. But Gillo, huh? I do wonder, because Gero also means like throwing up. So is that actually also a play on, Himeko barfing into Denji's mouth? I'm not quite sure. Like that was many layers to that song. But anyways, I will see you guys after this. Oh boy, guys, where to start here? That ending song, though, that was definitely something, right? So the title of it is basically saying the many kinds of kisses, and with the imagery in behind it, and like the lyrics of it is kind of flirty, kind of playful, even maybe a little bit maybe just a little bit more on the erotic side as well. But then the get on the it's purposely like a pun as well, because gero means barf or throwing up in Japanese, so it's literally like a barf kiss, right? Like literally what happened within the anime here. So I thought that was pretty funny, and quite apt, right? And man, I don't know, like whether or not at this point I don't know whether or not to feel sympathetic for him, or to say good for you, Denji, right? First kiss, definitely traumatic, but if something good can be followed up from this, hey, that is pretty good, right? But are they actually going to do it though? See, I don't know, because originally with the entire boob touching and whatnot, I was thinking, I don't think that's really gonna happen this early, right? And there should be some there's a progression towards these sort of things here, but here but that turned out to be like completely thrown out the window. So I'm just thinking, like, are they really just gonna go like full on pedal to the floor, kind of like just go forward and completely go for it? I don't know. I mean, it's quite clear that that's what Himeno was aiming for when she brought Denji home, right? So will that happen? Will that not? I don't really know, right? I certainly wouldn't think it would be out of character at this point for Denji to have his first experience, and to continue climbing the stairs of adulthood, if you will. I know, but again, I will believe it when I see it. All right, I'm keeping optimistic, but at this point in time, I think it's like a 50-50 chance of anything actually happening. We'll see. We shall see, right? I mean, obviously, this is not your normal, like, shonen, right? It's too... We already know it's too bloody for that. It's a little bit too flirty. It's a little bit too... I wouldn't really say erotic, but the themes and sexual innuendos and whatnot, it definitely is not just a shonen, right? It's at least a seinen. So, would that happen or not? Maybe. I think it's not out of the possibility. Now, to me, I still think that this is something that I think eventually would happen for a series like this. It's just I wouldn't really expect it to happen this early on, right? If you guys get what I mean. So, I don't know, 50-50 for me. If it does, well, good on you, Denji. First time with a pretty hot girl, you could do a lot worse. That's all I'm gonna say. Beyond that, though, the actual episode at hand, right? Like, I mean, what else to talk about here? I mean, how the other characters, I mean, the rest of Division 4 or whatnot. I mean, I don't really have too much else to add here. I mean, obviously, we still don't know too much about Arai and Kobeni. I suspect that we'll probably learn a little bit more about them still later on down the line. At this point in time, I'm still not entirely, like, unlike some people, I don't completely hate their breakdown in the last episode, right? I think it's a rite of passage. It's something that you would need to go through. I mean, they are rookies as well, so I don't particularly blame them for that. I have blamed other characters before, right? I have heavily disliked some characters before, but for some reason, like these two, and especially in this kind of situation, I'm relatively okay. Maybe part of it is also because Denji himself is quite chill with this, right? I mean, he literally doesn't care. So in that case, I don't really think me as a viewer or we as viewers should care all that much as well. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, I'll wait for your redemption, if you will. So we'll see about that. But really, I think more so than that, what I really want to talk about is and obviously like Himeno's character development, Aki's character, like I'm putting that aside for now, right? That's kind of like the obvious stuff that we already see on the screen. I'm still a little bit hung up about the devil, not gonna lie, right? Even though I said that, alright, fine, I'll accept it for what it is, it still, I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense for me, how that is an eternity devil. I don't think the manifestation of it made sense. I don't think its aversion to Denji makes much sense. Although, from what we can see here, it's implied that, you know, Denji is kind of special, right? And so maybe all devils kind of fear or have an attraction towards Denji. So we'll put that aside for now. But at the same time, like my main thing is still two things, right? One is, how the heck is this an eternity devil? I don't see any kind of evidence or any kind of characteristic about what eternity is being shown here. So I don't really agree with this sort of like characteristic. Like, I feel like the devil could be called so many other different things, not eternity, right? And this maybe goes back into how I feel about eternity as a concept, right? So I responded to some comments before, but to me, eternity is a much more bigger, all-encompassing, and really the scale of something that's literally named eternity, the embodiment of eternity, would be something like much larger than anything that we've seen so far, really, than even the gun devil, which I already said before. I don't particularly understand like why a gun devil is supposed to be like so many times more frightening and more powerful than a chainsaw devil or something of that sort, right? I mean, think about it, really. There is nothing in this world that is eternal, right? Think about that for a second. Like we like to say like diamonds are eternity and whatnot, but literally nothing in this universe is eternal. Even the universe itself, you know, it'll eventually get into, you know, the heat death of the universe, right? There is nothing in this universe that we know right now that is eternal, outside of some, you know, more religious kind of things. You know, if you believe in religious figures and deities and God, you know, that kind of stuff. Obviously, that's another thing entirely. But as far as we know, as far as our scientific knowledge at this point, nothing is eternity. How do you embody a concept that is literally unknown, right? To me, that should be something that's much more grander in scale. It's kind of like you know, kind of like how in Cthulhian legends, right? And, you know, the fact that people are driven to madness by just laying their eyes on something of these Cthulhic nightmares is because, you know, their mere existence, their concept is something that the human brain cannot grasp, and so humans would go mad just being in the presence or just laying their eyes upon Cthulhian horror, because, you know, it's literally incomprehensible, right? So eternity to me actually is something similar to that as well. It's literally not a concept that can be embodied or visualized in you know, a coherent manner for at least humans. So I guess that's where I'm coming with this entire thing. So I really don't see why this is called an eternity devil, and you know, why in the end it was just defeated by, you would think that for something even called, like, even if we are going to say, okay, this is its embodiment, and you would think that for something called eternity, it wouldn't be just, you know, be defeated by merely, you know, cutting it off for 3 days, right? You would think that the scale of it would definitely be at least much longer or whatnot, and the end to just be like, oh, put me out of my misery, here's my heart, and whatnot. Like, honestly, that entire part to me was like just one big question mark. So I'm not gonna get too hung up on it. Again, like, we can move on. I'm sure that this is just a little blip in the radar for the entire story. It's literally not important. It's just, I don't know, I have to get it out of my system, okay? So there, we'll leave it at that. End of story. Next episode, we'll look forward to what exactly Denji can get himself into, or you know, literally get himself into, or is it just going to be a red herring, and you know, maybe his you know, something will happen. Like, I think the most if something were to stop the events of you know, of them getting it on, it would probably be also because of alcohol, either someone passing out or you know, Bart throwing up again or something of that nature, right? I could totally see it ending in that kind of situation as well. And then maybe, I don't know, Denji will get a more proper reward from Makima in the future. That could be possible. So, in any case, that is it for this episode of Chainsaw Man. Thank you guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.